What's up, everyone? It is Monday, February 20th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. Um, so far, so good today. Getting back in the groove and feeling good. Definitely want to get from where I am to the next level in terms of my time investment on a daily basis with music, but I'm getting there slowly, handling the logistics one bit at a time. So I'm gonna get it dialed in, and this is just what it looks like right now. So I'm gonna hit some online classes right now. Um, then today's gonna be a guitar day. Gonna do some work from my online guitar class, and then just gonna hit the production front as hard as possible. I think the main thing that's really holding my life back overall right now is that I'm not putting in the time to make music that's at the level that I want to be making it. And I think if I can, when I get that happening, that is when everything is going to come together. Now that I'm saying that, I realize, we often have the fantasy as human beings that if one thing connects, that's going to mean then we're fulfilled and happy or something. And maybe that's what I'm doing, just fantasizing, but really, I think I'm talking more practically like, okay, from me to get from where I am to where I want to be right now, not necessarily like ultimate happiness and fulfillment for all time, but like the main stumbling block right now, I think that's really the keystone. And once that connects, then I think everything else is going to flow from that. So that's the main thing I want to focus on going forward for the next few months. I really want to knock out an EP or a record, a collection of songs that's just at the peak of what I'm capable of right now. And if I can do that, I'm going to be a happy camper. So let's get into it, and let's get one step closer to that. Man, I've talked about this before, but I'm saying it again. There is so much amazing information and access to people via the internet now. It is just mind blowing, man. Um, I mean, it's almost trite to say it these days, but I was doing this Incubus research as part of my music business class. Turns out Steve Rennie is the manager of Incubus, and he has a great online presence sharing all this information about the music industry. He has his own online school that's about music and the music business. And, this is a guy who just really wants to give back. I mean, I don't know if it's a money making thing for him or if he's losing money or what the deal is with it or if he just doesn't care. But he shares tons and tons of free content, interviews with people who are in the upper strata of the music business. Who, if you were just a regular musician back in the '70s, like it would be so hard to get access to these people. You'd have to like go to a physical location and ask for their time and sit down and interview them, and like then they would have to speak candidly to you, trust you. I mean, it's just amazing how I'm sitting in my bedroom now and there's this guy who's a top tier artist manager of one of the most successful rock bands ever, sitting down with one of the most successful rock producers ever, Brendan O'Brien, who produced at least one Incubus record. I don't know how many he did, but this guy's produced Rage Against the Machine. He's produced, I think, the first Audio Slave record. He produced this early Stone Temple Pilots records. I mean, just like epically canonical rock albums. This guy is the guy, man. And it's amazing. I'm watching this interview with him, and he's giving this great advice about making your first record and what production is all about. And it's just like hitting me. Oh my God, this is like exactly what I need to know. It's like, let me go speak to the top tier people and get their perspective on what that's all about. And it is just blowing my mind, man. I'm so excited. And thank God for you, Steve Rennie, for putting this stuff out there, man. I mean, just wow, man. Wow. I'm sure people thank you every day, the people who are in your school. But man, you and gosh, why am I blanking on his name? I just spent, oh, Michael Beinhorn. You guys are going to get so much credit when popular music gets saved because you guys are the ones out there, really educating people, man. really sharing the knowledge, and it's just blowing my mind, guys. So get out there, get online, and find the answers to your questions, man. Just be smart about it, man. You want to know how to do something? Find people who know how to do it and learn from them, man. Find those mentors. It's just, anyway, it's just blowing me away, guys. So awesome. So I'll post these videos on my Twitter. Maybe not today, but probably tomorrow or the next day as I start to work through them a little bit more. I'm going to segue to my harmony class for a second, and then move on to some guitar work. But so I had to celebrate that for a second. I mean, I'm so stoked. All right. Had a meeting, so I did my guitar practice, and then had some food and took off. Just got back, and now I'm gonna get in the groove for another hour or so, and work on moving this new track forward. So I'm excited. Feeling a little bit of resistance, but it's normal. And yeah, I'm just gonna get into it and do my thing. I've got like a little sample recording that I made just vocally with my phone, maybe a couple weeks ago or something when I started working on the track. And I've got some ideas for the guitar effects down. I was telling you guys I'm trying to figure out if I want to go through the outboard gear, if I'm going to go straight into the computer. Right now I'm messing around with going straight into the computer just because it's going to give me a little bit more control long term. And I think what I'm going to do over time is maybe use both of them for different applications, possibly, just so I can get a different tonality if I'm blending guitars and stuff like that, because that thickens up the sound, or tends to thicken up the sound. So I'm going to listen back to what I did previously, make a judgment call, and then move forward with the track. So here we go. All right, excellent session there, and it's always worth overcoming that resistance at the beginning of the session if it's there. And got to a really good place. I'm really enjoying experimenting with a new workflow and just having a lot of control over the sounds and getting better at just hearing something in my head and then getting it out digitally, which is, it's just awesome, man. And it's so awesome to connect to the creative flow and the moments of inspiration when you make something and you're just like, oh, that's so fresh, like if it's a mistake or something like that, and then you find a way to get it in there a couple, 2 or 3 times in the track, and man, it's just, I haven't been connected to that in so long, man. It's been months. It almost feels like drinking water for the first time in like a month. It's like, wow, right, this is really what it's all about. It's almost, it's weird for me to try to put it into words right now because I'm just feeling the energy of it, but it was just a beautiful moment there of just pure inspiration, man. Pure inspiration. Ah, it's so good. So what I was doing there is just playing around with some of the guitar sounds that I recorded the other day and experimenting with different sounds that I wanted to try, like some modulation, some phasing, a little bit of distortion, and it just wound up sounding really cool. And I hope when I listen back to it tomorrow it's going to sound that cool. But I'm probably not going to mess with it too much. It's like I like to get deep into the creative flow and then make a couple edits and then kind of zoom back out and then just maybe move on to something else, come back to this later. So I've got the general idea of how I want the track to start right now, and now it's about like keeping it fresh as the track progresses and building up appropriately to where I want it to go. But I'm starting at a really great place, and it's turning into something really, really awesome that I like. and it doesn't really get much better than that. And it's like this beautiful dance where you kind of come with an idea and then you sort of play around with it like a I think of like molding clay. You know, it's like, okay, I started with wanting to make a figure of like a person, but then I realized like, you know, in the moment it like the person started to look more like a bird, and so I just kind of went with that, and then I wound up with like an angel, you know, like a person but with wings. I don't know, something like that. It's like it's fun to just kind of set out and then also experience the different inputs that you get just by moving things around and being in the creative space. So one of the best things I've done for myself as far as nurturing that goes, guys, is just making the time for it in my daily routine. Like, okay, for this hour, I'm just going to move forward on this song, and then you have some momentum. You kind of have something planned to work on, and then you kind of allow yourself to go with the flow once you get into it, and that's where you really just create space for inspiration to come. And I'm pretty sure that's what the professionals really do, man. They show up every day, and then the wave of inspiration either shows up with them or not, but they find a way to work and move forward on things, whether they have those creative insights or not. But what you find, interestingly, is like once you start working, it all starts to really be there. So that's what I was talking about, overcoming resistance, just like getting your butt in the chair and then just like getting the momentum happening. So yeah, I'm excited to see where I can take this track. I'm really happy with where I'm starting, and I feel like I'm starting from a place that's really honest and really pure, and I have the right intentions and the right attitude to make this something, to make it hopefully the best thing that I've ever done, whatever that means. But just make it really fresh and beautiful and awesome is really the goal right now, and just to keep working on it and tweaking it until it's great. So I'm enjoying kind of taking my time with it, taking my time to really get it right, do it right once the right way, and I'm very hopeful that that's gonna get me some good results. So I'm excited. I'm feeling good. It's always good to have that moment of inspiration, and it's just so worth it. It's so worth it when that comes, man. It's just a beautiful thing. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are out there grinding towards your goals, whatever those may be. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.